All right, let's get it. So, welcome everyone to another episode of We Got Next with our crypto reviews. This is one of your co-hosts, Christian Hayes, aka AO Shifty. And what I wanted to end up doing today for this show is providing to you a couple of cross-chain farming cryptocurrencies. So, what you end up doing with some of them, two of them, for example, that I'll be bringing up is multi-chain capital, and you end up buying on Ethereum or even on Binance Smart Chain, and then they'll farm on different, um, basically farming on different other blockchains, and then you'll end up getting rewards for it. So we'll go through that, and then also the other one we'll bring up is Etherprint. So you'll hold it, and then for all the transactions that are done, all the different holders would end up getting rewarded. So you're getting rewarded for holding on that one. So we'll go through it. So the first one we'll go through is multi-chain capital, and then we'll go into CCC cross-chain capital, and then we'll go into Etherprint ETHP. So just starting off with multi-chain capital. So this is if you were to go look on CoinGecko as how everything is. So like I said, it has two contracts. So the first one is the Ethereum based contract, and they also have the Binance Smart Chain. And just going down, so this will show you the price that it is, and then it'll show you the all-time high over here on the right side, and then it'll show you the all-time low and currently how it is. And before we continue to go on with everything, so this is version 3 of multi-chain capital, which had a lot of promise to it because the first one was highly inflationary, and a lot of people are concerned about that. And in terms of how big the circulating supply is, and over time how the tokenomics soar with everything. But this is much different. You'll end up seeing, and just when we dive through everything, you'll understand more. But looking at the liquidity and the 24-hour volume, you can tell Uniswap is still the main place where a lot of people are getting MCC, but you will notice PancakeSwap is starting to become a place where people are buying their MCC as well. Me personally, full disclosure, I am invested in all three of these different cryptocurrencies, but I got mine on PancakeSwap just because of the fees. A lot more volume is still done on Uniswap, but a lot of people are starting to be cognizant of the fees, and you can end up doing better on PancakeSwap, but you will see people still use Uniswap. A lot of the different quick movers are still on Uniswap, but I ended up just using PancakeSwap. It is a personal preference. Everyone has their own preference. With it. There is no right or wrong answer when it comes to which way you end up getting multi-chain capital. But let's go into the website for multi-chain capital. So once you end up entering here, you'll end up seeing what I mentioned before. You buy MCC on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, and we farm on multiple chains and return the profits to holders. So you can end up, and it makes it easy. I love the layout of how it starts off, but you can click here to buy on PancakeSwap, or you can end up buying on Uniswap. So we'll go through that in a second, but what we'll do first is just enter the app, and it'll give you everything that you need here. So I'll just show you how it is through one of my wallets, just so you all can end up getting a better understanding of how to do everything. And I'll walk you guys through how to end up buying it and everything like that. So this is when I'm on the Binance Smart Chain wallet. So currently this is the overall market cap sitting at 67 million. It did have a pullback because, as you can see, it was doing much higher before. And then of course, throughout the different versions, it did end up dropping, but recently it did increase. And then of course, due to the whole market, the cryptocurrency, and then of course, just various different other things that are going on, it did pull back. But here you can click down and you'll see what the buybacks are looking like for multi-chain capital. That's another thing that they are doing. They're doing burns and buybacks, so that is promising. And it might take a minute to load, so I'll probably end up just going into the next thing just so we're not waiting here on this page for it. But going into just how it looks on my portfolio. So the other one was buybacks. This one is how my portfolio will look, and then it'll show you your total balance in MCC, then it'll show you your total balance in US dollar, and then it'll show you the reflections. So it shows you the reflections earned in MCC and the reflections earned in USD, which are both good. And that's also a big thing with multi-chain capital. It will show you your reflections because the big thing is, oh, I reflected and things of that nature. So you can do that here. And then the next thing we'll end up doing is just looking at the bridge. So that was another promising thing that people were excited for, because it used to just be on Ethereum, and it's now moved over to Binance Smart Chain too. So all you have to do is just connect your wallet. And then once you connect your wallet, you can enter the amount you want to have swapped through. And shout out to OKLG. Okay, let's go. Also, Moontography, if you know them better as that one. But they helped get the new latest version 3 contract for multi-chain capital through. All you end up having to do is just type in the amount you want here, make sure your wallet is connected, and then you can connect the wallet, you'll sign the contract, and it will be submitted through. But that is multi-chain capital from that aspect. So what we'll end up doing is we'll just show you how to buy it on both so that it's easy to end up doing. Then we'll go through the Twitter as normal, and then we'll probably just check on the Medium. So Medium is another big way so you can end up reading things, but I'm currently on PancakeSwap, so Binance Smart Chain, so we'll do this. So once you end up going, it's a simple way to end up doing it. So you can do BNB, and then all you have to do is type in the amount you want. If you want one BNB's worth, so Binance coin worth, and that'll show you how much you'll end up getting. And then all you have to do is just make sure your slippage is at the correct amount. So sometimes slippage does play a big part. Slippage does always play a big part in cryptocurrency like this. All you have to do is just check in the Telegram or check on Twitter, because they normally say sometimes it's 5%, sometimes it's 10%, sometimes it's 20%. Make sure you end up just going here to settings, and then you can end up just going right here where it says slippage tolerance. So you'll have 0.1, 0.5, 1, and you can just change it to whatever you want. So once you sometimes get over 5, I believe, yeah, it'll say you front run. But just because it says you front run, that doesn't mean there's an issue per se, because sometimes if you put it at 6, the transaction still won't go through. So if you need to put it at 15, you can put it at 15, and then it'll show you down here at the bottom, so slippage tolerance, and then you're able to proceed with your transaction. Well, proceed with the conversion that you want to end up doing. And once you end up having it there on the Binance Smart Chain, you can just go back to the website if you want, and you can check on your reflections and everything like that. So it's really simple once you just go to the main website and then click on buy on PancakeSwap, and you just hold in your wallet. Make sure you have MetaMask. I know some other wallets like Trust Wallet and Trezor do work sometimes, but I personally have just been using the MetaMask wallet. Just going into the other one, so buying on Uniswap is another place you can end up doing it. So we'll just switch the wallets that we're using. Big thing here, so you can end up importing, make sure you just have the correct contract there. That's a big thing with some of these, making sure you have the correct contract. So once you do that, you'll end up I'll switch my wallet over to the Ethereum wallet, and it should do it for me. I don't know what this is for. Yeah, we don't need to worry about PancakeSwap. So you'll end up doing the same exact thing. Just make sure, same thing here, settings. Make sure it's at the appropriate slippage fee. So let's say if you want 15, or if you want 10. So we'll do 15. And then you can end up just making sure you are at your max of whatever it might be that you want, or that the cryptocurrency team has said that you'll end up needing. And then you can end up just checking if that everything works out. You can go to swap. And then a lot of times once you go here, you will be able to tell if it'll go through or not. So I did 15, and then it'll end up going through. And just make sure your gas fees and everything are fine, and then you should be good to go. So that's how you end up doing multi-chain capital. Going into just their social media, which is always the big thing for these teams, knowing who's a part of it, but then also how much they're communicating. So just again here, same exact thing when you're on multi-chain capital. So you buy on Ethereum and BSC, we farm on multi-chain on multiple chains and return the profits to MCC holders. And so previously, the last time they tweeted was 11 hours ago, so that they're having a Twitter space tomorrow. So if anyone wants to take part in it, just make sure to be a part of this. So as I'm recording this, it's December 22nd, but their Twitter space is going to be December 23rd for anybody out there. And so you can end up just seeing here, it'll just show you. So they have had a buyback. So it says multi-chain capital buyback summary. So the multi-chain capital treasury has bought back $200,000 worth of MCC tokens with an average buyback size of $50,000. The treasury currently holds 4.65 billion MCC. And then I love their transparency because you can just easily go here to Etherscan and it shows you that it's a valid transaction. So you don't have to worry about where they just making it up. They use full transparency to make sure you can see what it is that they did. Continuing to go down. So another big thing, it shows you that they have 10,000 holders between Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. And they've also been announcing their purchases for their treasury. So they purchased Olympus, so OHM, and they purchased 222 OHM tokens. So Olympus DAO, and then you can just continue to go down. Another big thing that they did recently was they increased the reflections the MCC holders will receive with their turbo reflections. So that was another big thing. And they're continuing to just listen to their community and do what the community feels is best. And just going into how many followers they have. So they have 8.5 thousand followers on their Twitter. And then you can just go into, let's see, their Telegram. What is that like? I'm not going to go into it, but they have over 12,000 members in their Telegram too. So that's mainly everything. Just make sure the two different contracts, you have the addresses in your MetaMask. So make sure you have the Binance Smart Chain wallet and then also the Ethereum based wallet on your MetaMask so that you switch back and forth correctly. Going into their Medium, which I mentioned before, is a big and promising thing. You want to end up looking at what Medium articles. I personally am one that likes to see what their Medium is looking like because I like to read things, because sometimes you'll say things verbally and then you might go back on your word, or sometimes it might not make sense. So having everything in print or digitally so you can read everything is a big thing. And as you can see, they've shown you the different steps as they've been going through everything. And another big thing that I mentioned before, they're working with Moontography, OKLG. So that was another confirmation for me that the team is real. And they have 448 followers on multi-chain capital. So that was the first one. The next one we'll go into is CCC. And so this is Avalanche based. So I'll end up doing that for you too. We'll go through everything just like we did the first one. So cross-chain capital, like I mentioned before, and it's on the Avalanche contract. So just going down with this, it'll show you same exact thing. And a lot more people know about MCC, but they wanted to go in a cheaper fee direction. They built this one before the Binance Smart Chain based contract was built for MCC, but it shows you the all-time high, the all-time low. And then this one you can currently get on Trader Joe. So it shows you their 24-hour volume and everything like that. So the first thing before we get into anything else, we'll just make sure to end up switching the wallet that we are using. So we go over there, we're fine. And something you'll notice about me, since this is just one of the wallets, I'm going to be fully transparent with everything. I'm not going to be the type of person that, granted, of course, if I had millions and billions of dollars in the wallets, I probably wouldn't show you guys everything. But with these wallets, I'm going to be transparent and show you what I have. I'm not going to be the one that lies or ends up saying I have this much when I really only have a smaller amount of money. So I switched the wallets and it was kind of quick, I know. But so all you have to do is, if you have it in your extensions, just click MetaMask. And then once you're at MetaMask, it'll be a drop down for you. And then you can just go up here in the top and then Avalanche mainnet, and then just go down there to it. So that's all you end up needing to do. So we'll go to their website and then I'll show you guys on like Trader Joe and everything like that for you. So this is what cross-chain capital is. Again, I like the way the website is laid out and everything. So what I will say is, on this site, it's easier for people to get to everywhere that they need to get to, because you can end up just viewing the charts and we'll start there, then I'll go into everything else. But you can just view the chart. So this is Deck Screener. If you watch previous videos, some people use Dex Tools, some people use Deck Screener. I personally have become one that likes Deck Screener more. And a huge, huge, huge shout out and kudos to CCC Cross Chain Capital, because at one point they were sitting at less than $1 million and they have continued to grow. And that's something that I really do love about this team. They did not give up, no matter what people have said, no matter how people have felt, saying that there's only really one king and it's multi-chain capital. I believe that multiple ones can be runners in this space. And that goes for any type of sector. There's of course going to be your main one, but there's going to be other ones that do come through and do have promise as well. So kudos to this team for continuing to build throughout everything, but it's a good chart. As you can see, they had huge green candles recently, and they've continued to just push through everything. So that's all I got to say about the chart when it comes to cross-chain capital. I'm not going to do TA here. I'll start diving into other TA videos as we go down the line moving further. But so going into the dashboard so you guys can see everything. So in their treasury, well, in their wallets that they're farming, they do have Phantom Spartacus, which is one that we have heard about. And then they have Time, so Wonderland on Avalanche. And the volume is 87,000 and the liquidity is over 511,000. They currently have over 3,800 holders. I've been one that's been holding for a minute, so I trust the team. I've put money in even before the drop happened, so I do believe in them. Currently, the market cap is at 4.2 million. And I think with this one, you guys should be able to see a lot more. So the buybacks, and it should be a little quicker. So they've done 13 buybacks. So their most recent buyback was on December 20th. So yeah, it happened 2 days ago. And it was $21,000, almost $22,000 in their buyback. And you could just go down through everything. What I like about multi-chain capital and cross-chain capital, on both of them, they're just transparent about the buyback, so you guys can see everything. And it just shows you a list going back to November 24th. So just going into my profile and you guys will be able to see how it is. So once you're on my profile, you can end up just clicking connect and then connect wallet. And then this is just one of them. And you'll end up being able to see the balance and then how much you end up holding there. So that's that for that one. So we'll just go on to Trader Joe so you guys can see how it is looking there. So just trade on Trader Joe. Just make sure you import the contract address when you are there. So token imported, you understand, and make sure to read everything. Don't just click it. I know a lot of people do end up just clicking things, but make sure to read everything that you end up going through. So then you can use your AVAX if you have any. Then you can end up putting it down here. So the amount of CCC you'll end up getting will end up appear here. And so that is basically everything for, it's very simple how you end up doing this. Once you end up just converting it and swapping it on Trader Joe, it'll be in your wallet and then you can start reflecting. So that's everything for this one. We will just check out their Twitter and stuff because those are always the big things people like to hear about. So just going back. So we did that, and then let's go into their Twitter. So they currently have 7,800 followers. And another thing that I like that is slept on sometimes is the link tree. So you can just do everything from one spot. So it also says here, if you're waiting on V2 airdrop, please forward your V1 tokens to this address. This address will be used to create a balance of who needs V2 tokens, and airdrop will be done around the same time of Prism launch. So you can go there if you end up wanting to do that. And then just looking here at the link tree, it just will show you everything. It'll show you the website, the Medium articles, the Discord, the Telegram, the chart, and how to buy. So like we did before, we'll just go check out the Medium articles and it'll show you what is cross-chain and then what are passive reflections. So that is something that I do like. A lot of times people don't necessarily understand what passive reflections are when they say we're reflecting, but it'll show you exactly here what all of that ends up meaning. And it shows you different places where it's going, whether it's liquidity pool or if it's going to the treasury, and then how much the percentage is that is going where. And then how do you know you received the reflections? So you'll end up knowing once you end up checking your balance on either Trader Joe or if you're just on their main website. And it shows you how much that they put in both. So that's just your medium. And it's fairly simple. So I showed you how to trade both of those, where to get them from. Make sure you use the correct wallets. That's another important thing when it comes to those. And the final one we'll do is Etherprint. So this is another one. It's a different way that you end up getting rewarding for holding. So right here we have Etherprint, and currently they're going into V2. So for some people out there wondering like what's happening with them, they're currently, the dev said a couple of days after Christmas, so after December 25th, their V2 will be launched. They noticed some things that they wanted to update, and that's what they're taking care of currently. So let's just go right into the website like we did before. Because same exact thing, this one's Avalanche, so I don't need to walk you guys through that. But so this is trading on Trader Joe as well. Once you go here to the main website, it's a cool look. So 12% reflections, that's something that they have increased recently. I remember when the dev ended up saying that it was going to be for a short time, then they ended up saying we're going to keep it that way. And it was the kind of a big thing when they said that they're going to pull it away. So if you all think about like how the stock market is and like the reserve, when it becomes like a taper tantrum, and that's kind of how the same thing was in terms of Etherprint. So they ended up keeping it the same way because the price was going down when they realized that reflections are about to drop again. So just going to trade, just explaining that, and then we'll go back. Same exact thing, just make sure you end up having it on the Avalanche current wallet. And then once you're there, you can end up just making sure you have what you end up wanting. So it'll be ETHP like we did before. And then should end up working. I don't know why it's doing that. But so you should end up being able to go here, and then the correct contract will end up coming out. So we'll do it the long way just so you guys can see it. But so you go here. So here's a chart, and while I'm doing it, but this is a chart of Etherprint is sitting at $8.2 million market cap. You can go to trade. Once you're on deck screener, there you go. And then it says token imported, just click I understand, make sure you read it. And then bam, so you'll be able to, let's say you wanted to do one whole AVAX, it'll show you how much you will end up getting. Then you can just make sure the correct slippage is there. And sometimes the slippage will be too low or too high, and you might have to adjust it. So this one ended up going through at 21%, but just don't pick a random slippage. Make sure you check with the Telegram or the Twitter so you know how much you will end up using for your slippage. But so going back into their website, so this will look like we did deck screener. So you guys saw that we did Trader Joe. And so you can just check out the liquidity lock as well. So it shows you an overview of the amount of liquidity that is locked. It shows you the circulating supply. It shows you the total supply. And then it'll show you the CoinGecko ranking. So the lockup value is currently sitting at $523,000. And then that is 4,300 AVAX that's locked. You always want to make sure that the team does have an amount locked in case something happens, or to add more liquidity into the project. So it shows you over time how that happened and when the countdown is for it to become unlocked as well. You will notice some people will pay attention to that a lot because they'll end up selling their Etherprint or whatever the cryptocurrency is right before the team is supposed to end up having theirs unlocked. So right here, it says raise your slippage to 22%. You can try to use a lower slippage, start at 4% and raise by 1%. So we did 21% into work, but also just, it walks you through everything. So add AVAX, your MetaMask wallet on the Avalanche blockchain, click bridge if you need to transfer assets from a different blockchain. The next one is go to Trader Joe and connect your wallet. And it walks on everything. We talked about the slippage and enter the amount of Etherprint tokens you'd like to purchase. Users have the most success adding 0.111 to the end of the amount Ether tokens. And then the next one is click to approve, and then click swap, and then confirm. So welcome to the community. You're going to make it. So let's go over to the dashboard so you guys can see everything here too. So it'll show you your balance. It'll show you the total amount distributed. It'll show you your pending rewards, and it'll show you the Ether balance. And so currently the printer is shut off. That's what they call it, because your pending rewards here will be shown. So this will come back online after Christmas, is what they did mention to us. And that'll start to go up. As you scroll down, you'll be able to see the chart. Then you'll be able to trade here, which is all good. You get to see both. So you get to see the total amount you have, the total amount distributed, and you get rewarded in Ethereum, which is good. So this is something that's going to increase in value. It's different than a stable coin, because stable coins, it just stays constant. Some people like just getting fiat currency back that way, or stable coins. Other people like to get cryptocurrency that will increase in value. I'm one that I do appreciate getting Ethereum, because I know what the future is going to hold for Ethereum in terms of how much promise it's had so far. So in the long run, Ethereum is going to continue to go up, but USDT is still fine too. But that is all three of them. We will walk through the last part and just see their Twitter, and that should be it for the three. And I'll let you all do your own research and do your due diligence when it comes to them. But I think all three of them are ones that you should look into. But so they currently have 7,900 followers on their Twitter, 12% reflections forever, like we mentioned before. And so just going down in the holiday spirit. And currently it just says that we will be airdropping all Etherprint in this wallet, which is 235,000 to holders, including the snapshot sometime between now, which they did this on December 21st, and version 2. So the current value, like we said before, is 235,000. And they took a snapshot, like it says there, on December 21st, 2021 at 4:34 a.m. Eastern time. So exciting things for all three of them. Two of them are similar, well, basically the same, and then one of them works in a different direction. Personally, I want you guys to look into all of them. And I feel as though all of them will offer something different if you want to diversify. Again, this is not financial advice. This is only for informational purposes only. Just one of the homies that's trying to educate you guys on different things in cryptocurrency and get you guys hit the different projects. But that's everything over here for us at We Got Next. We appreciate you always for supporting us. And with that, Christian Hayes, Ayo Shifty, we out. Appreciate it.